And welcome back to Mizzou Hockey TV. My name's Luca Vitale. Joining me today is head coach, or excuse me, one of the coaches on Mizzou Hockey, Bob Bucher. Coach, how are we doing today?
Excellent. Happy Monday. It's a great day to be here.
It is a good day to be here. It's nice 85-degree weather outside.
Absolutely. It's perfect.
All right, so before we get rolling here with the Purdue Series, I sort of just want for you to just sort of talk to the fans, like, who are you and your journey to Mizzou?
My journey to Mizzou. Well, as you said, I'm Bob Bucher, coach out of St. Louis. Have been coaching for the last 20 years with experience at the junior level, youth level, and 5 years at Missouri State University in Springfield, where I coached the Division II team and took that team from 3 prosperous years at D2 to 2 very good years of introduction to ACHA Division One. My journey to Mizzou happened thanks to the likes of Sean and Mick Deaver, who both came after me wanting the same kind of experience for Mizzou hockey as the Bears at Missouri State had during my 5-year tenure with them.
Wow. So obviously you've had a lengthy journey, but you're with the Tigers now, so you're at the right part of Missouri now, as several players on the team would say. But let's sort of dive in with this Purdue series coming up this week, actually. So just like Mizzou last year, Purdue also accomplished a feat. Purdue got to the Nationals for the first time in 60 years. They were ranked as high as number 8 last year in the nation. 5-1 to start the season, and obviously, as we all know, Mizzou won its very first ACHA Championship in program history. And so one could argue this is probably the toughest series you will probably be taking on this season. Purdue is 5-1, you guys are 6-0, so can you just sort of discuss what are some things how are you preparing for the Boilermakers?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is that our focus has shifted. The initial part of the season has been kind of getting used to things, getting our feet wet, new guys getting used to old guys getting used to new guys, lines kind of shifting a little bit here and there, trying to figure things out, along with trying to band-aid things with a few injuries. Mentally and physically, I think this is going to be certainly our toughest series to date for the season. It starts off our journey in trying to repeat what we did last year, if not go further. Purdue's a tough team. They're big, they're physical, they're very disciplined and structured in what they do, and we're getting there in terms of our structure. We certainly have some big boys and we are physical. But our strength is our speed and our skill, and hopefully we're able to kind of move away from that physicality of things and let our speed and skill take over and help us come out on the right end of the stick here.
I'm glad you mentioned the speed and skill, and we're going to get to that just a little bit here. But you did mention the injury front. Can you sort of just discuss what's going on in the injury front before Purdue?
Sure. We had a couple early on injuries. Those guys have healed and are now back on the ice. We have one of our defensemen that he needs another week from an AC joint sprain, and we have one that's got compression fractures in his back from the Ole Miss series. He's going to take a little longer to heal. Anticipate probably another 2 weeks, if not 3, before he's back at it. So I think we got 3 guys out for this series, but we have a roster that's big enough to fill those holes. and we have confidence in those guys that can fill them. It's just a matter of us putting the right pieces together.
Well, hoping for a speedy recovery there, Coach. So sort of just going in a little bit more here. So Purdue just they just swept Butler this past weekend, and you guys obviously have been off for a couple of weeks now. Obviously, you guys are 6-0, but how do you guys sort of keep the momentum going? How do you guys keep the good vibes going with a 6-0 start this weekend?
I think the vibes are good. Though we haven't been playing games, we've been on the ice. Guys have been together. We had a couple events last weekend that were big for us. One was Try Hockey for Free Day in Columbia, and we had an event at Big Whiskey's in Jeff City, which is going to be our coaches show sponsor place to be. And it was a good time for guys just to kind of recover and let the bumps and bruise heal from the Ole Miss series. And I guess how do we keep the momentum going? Well, I guess maybe your coach makes them mad at you, makes the guys mad at him, and gives them a goal of being competitive and spirited in practice and looking forward to it. I know they enjoyed the break, but they also didn't enjoy the break. They're ready to get back at it. And we got a big stretch coming with Purdue, then Arkansas, then Washington at Missouri at home, University, Washmo. So it's this is the start of it, and the guys know this is kind of the tell-all for us, and we have to be ready for it. I know Purdue's going to be ready for it when we get there.
Yeah, you guys definitely do have a gauntlet coming up in November here. I mean, after this Purdue series, you guys got 3 straight home series with Arkansas, Nebraska, Omaha, and then you guys got Wash U. So sort of just, we're talking here about, yeah, exactly. But this, I would say, is one of your guys' components of your identity is the physical presence that you guys bring to every single series. And Purdue, just looking on paper, is the very first team that is able to sort of fulfill that criteria. They bring the same size to the game as you guys. How do you guys sort of establish your guys' physical presence? How do you guys win the physical battle?
Tenacity, tenacity, intensity. I give the guys these words. It's intensity, class, and composure. So we have to be intense. We have to engage in the battles, not be afraid of them. And we have to maintain our own composure. We have to be able to take the hits that Purdue throws at us and use the positive parts of our game that we need to put the puck in the net, and that's our speed and skill. So, when you describe the team, we're fast, we're physical, and we have the skill to put the puck in the net, but we gotta make sure we match whoever our opponent is, especially Purdue this weekend, on every one of those levels. And that physical test it's going to be, for the lack of a better term, it's going to be a war every time we go in the corner, every time there's a puck battle on the wall. Guys are going to have to be ready for it. So we're going to spend a little time in that at practice tonight, tomorrow night, and get ourselves prepared for it. And our response is going to have to be utilizing our strength of speed and skill to carry us home.
Yeah, and you mentioned putting the puck in the back of the net, and that's exactly what you guys have been doing all season long. Andrew Knapp, Nick Spolik, and Danny Rudman especially, 64 points to that first line combined through six games. Very impressive, but obviously Purdue has their own playmakers with their disposal as well. You got William Toriani, you got Tyler Gorin, you got Samuel Theodore. Each have more than 7 goals to the first 6 games. Sort of talk to us. How do you guys contain their playmakers? How do you sort of shut them down through this series?
Well, I think as a team we do it by being active and quick on pucks. Not only free pucks, but put pucks where we've lost the battle and they have possession. You got to take away time and space quickly and prevent the creativity from taking hold. And we spent a little bit of time learning that last week, and we're gonna hit on that again tonight and tomorrow. But it's when you're dealing with skilled players, the more space you give them and the more time you give them to be creative, the better chance they have of putting the hurt on you. So we have to take that away and make them uncomfortable when they have possession of the puck.
Yeah, we talked about their playmakers, and now let's sort of talk about your guys' playmakers. Knapp, Spolik, Rudman, you can add Nathan Austin in there, but yeah, Grant Bader. Everyone in this team is very talented. Purdue has talent as well, but let's sort of talk about the reverse side of this. Defensively, Purdue is a team that has only given up an average of 23 shots a game through the first 6 games. They got dudes like Torrin Frank and Zane Burnside who are basically shutdown makers. They shut down all teams' playmakers, and that's what they're going to look to do and sort of talk to us. How do you guys sort of establish your guys' offensive attack early on?
Well, the good news is we're 3.5, close to 4 lines deep. All of them with speed and skill, and the mantra of us is you can shut one line down, but you can't shut them all down. And it just means that if they shut our number 1 line down, then they got to pay dues with our number 2, and number 3 follows, and number 4 follows that. So it's really team centered and foundation here, and that although the numbers, because Spolik and Rudman and Knapp have done so well, not only 5-on-5, but they're one of our power play units. They've gotten a lot of pucks in the net off the power play as well as 5-on-5. But our other lines are capable, and as I said, you could shut one of our lines down, but you're not going to shut them all down. So it just means that that second and third line are going to have to step up and not watch that Knapp, Spolik, Rudman line do the work this time.
Coach, thanks for your time today. Everyone be sure to follow us on social media and visit our website. My name's Luca Vitale. Joining me today, Coach Bob Bucher. And everyone, have a good day.